Guys, can we just look at how cute Monkey looks right now? She's kind of mad at me because I told her she needed to stop knocking the tripod over. But, yeah. Monkey, say hi! Yeah, she's mad at me. Hey guys, don't mind my shiny face. Today I'm wearing BB cream and I'm usually wearing a more mattifying makeup foundation, but today I'm wearing BB cream and you can kind of like see it because the sun is out and so it's like reflecting everything, and so now my face is like a big reflector, but that's fine. That's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to talk to you guys about not being offended, and this may be controversial. I'm hoping that it's not. That's not the intent of this. It's to spark conversation, but not to spark arguments. It's to spark people to want to come together. So if you live on Earth, or you're in the world of social media at any point in your life, then, which you are because you're watching this video, so yeah. You are aware that there is a lot of controversy going on in the world, and I mean constantly, whether it's about religion, race, pop culture, anything. Literally, you can be wearing something and people just go off. Everyone is very angry. And I just kind of wanted to like talk about it. I want to talk about not being offended, and whether that's in real life or online, whatever it is, just to not be offended. So I'm gonna try to open your mind and tell me if I do a good job, and if I do a bad job, then that's fine because I won't take it offensively. Lately, there's been a big racial battle in America, and I'm sure there are, and obviously there are in other countries as well, but because I live here, I'm going to talk about that here. I know I have a lot of viewers who are from the UK in particular. That's like my second most viewed country. So if this doesn't particularly apply to you, then it will apply to something personal in your life. So it's fine. You can just take it for whatever it is that applies to you. So my first step in not taking things offensively is to first humble yourself and then take a selfless approach. Now, this is like a big pill to swallow for a lot of people, and mind you, I've only been doing this fairly recently. Like, I used to be very arrogant and I thought that I was pretty much right about everything, because I feel like at one point or another we all think that we're right about everything and we think we know better than everyone else, and we don't. And that's like a hard thing to admit. Like, it's a hard thing to be like, you know what, I don't always know what I'm talking about. As much as I like to think that I'm like the smartest person in the world, I'm not. So yeah, you kind of gotta humble yourself. You have to admit that maybe you're wrong, or maybe you don't know everything, or, you know, things along that line. So humble yourself first, because that's the only way you're really going to change, is when you humble yourself and realize that there are other ways, and possibly better ways, to approach a situation than the way that you're doing it. And to take a selfless approach by listening to other people and maybe trying to understand. Now, when I say listen with the intent to understand, not to convict. I feel like a lot of the times, and I don't really experience controversy like in person. I don't like go out or anything like that really all that much, so I just don't experience that. But on social media I see it a ton, and people just try to take in other people's opinions simply so they can convict them, not so they can understand what they're trying to say, which all that's going to do is cause more controversy, and it's not getting anybody anywhere. It's not going to even allow that other person to listen to what you want to say. So I think it's extremely important when you do that, and when you honestly when you humble yourself first and then you take a selfless approach to things, you honestly have more of an open mind, which actually allows you to really become smarter, because then you're starting to see things from different perspectives. And who wants to see their life through just simply one lens? Everyone wants to see their lives through multiple lenses. At least maybe that's about how I feel, but maybe I'm not right. But I personally think that you should see your life from different perspectives, so you can kind of see the other options to take when approaching something. Now, when I say listen to understand, not to convict, I'm not saying that you need to agree with someone. Agreeing and understanding are very different things, and I think that's a big problem that people don't understand, I guess. When you're understanding someone, you don't necessarily need to agree with them. There's plenty of people that I'm sure understand where I come from a lot of issues, but they don't agree with me. Same vice versa. I understand a lot of people, but I don't agree with them. I may be like, okay, I understand why she did that. She like kind of rationalized it, or he kind of rationalized it, or whatever it is. But that doesn't mean I agree with it. That doesn't mean that would be the approach that I would take to whatever situation it is. But you can try and understand where someone is coming from without agreeing with them. And what that does is spark conversation. And usually it sparks more of a mature conversation because you're not being one-ended like the other person is being. So it actually kind of allows you to have the power in a conversation to open up the other person's mind and to actually allow them to draw into what you're saying and sort of just, you know, maybe learn something from you. Now here's where the whole like taking things offensively part comes in. If you know that you are right about something, and I mean you are 100% positive you were right about it, or you're just completely set on it and whatever it is, and the other person just doesn't seem to understand what you're saying or why you're saying it, or they just like are completely dismissing you, you need to view them the way that you would view an innocent child. And when I say an innocent child, I'm not trying to degrade children. I don't want anyone to think that that's what I'm saying, because I'm not at all. But when I say an innocent child, think about it like this. They aren't exposed, an innocent child who's, say, maybe like 4 years old or 5 years old, they're not exposed to all of the information that you're exposed to now. You've been blessed to be exposed with this information that that person doesn't know yet, because they haven't been exposed to it. It's like expecting a kindergartner to know how to perform brain surgery. You wouldn't expect that from them because they weren't taught how to do that yet. So you wouldn't take it offensively, you just would understand that they're not at that point in their life yet. So when you're arguing with someone, or you're really just not seeing eye to eye on something with someone in your life, or, you know, on social media, or with big global social issues or whatever it is, just know that sometimes people haven't been exposed to the information that you've been blessed to be exposed with. So understand that sometimes you actually are smarter than other people and they just simply don't understand yet. Now, I know that sounds kind of contradictory to what I said originally with humbling yourself, but the only way that we can actually cause change in the world is to first humble ourselves, because you're never going to change the world if, one, you don't change, and two, you don't start to see what other people are seeing. You can't approach the world from your lens and solely your lens if you want things to change. It's just not how life works. Now, when it comes to something like how we were just saying, like some people are simply wrong and we're aware of it, understand that you can only explain things to people, but you can't understand it for them. And I kind of say this a lot. There have been situations in my life where I have dealt with some really, really tough people, and I'm sure you have too. And maybe that's why you're watching this video. But if you understand that you can simply only explain it and you can't understand it for them, then you start to realize, you know what, I'm not in that person's head. There's only so much I can do. If their perception on what I'm saying is so skewed because of their closed mind, it's not my problem. It's literally just an issue within themselves, and over time and, you know, maybe some circumstances that will go on in their lives, hopefully they will change. And if they don't, again, it's not something that you can do. It's only something you can try and help them see. You know, you can only explain it to them. You can't understand it for them. Sorry that the lighting keeps changing, by the way. It's like the sun is going like in and out between all these clouds, and I keep seeing on my viewfinder like everything like go in and out. Anyway, know your values and hold yourself to that standard before you hold anybody else to it. Now, a lot of us, it's kind of funny, I see it a lot, and I started to notice it within myself too. I'm like, okay, I'm contradicting myself right now, because when I'm like approaching someone, especially in the past, like I used to be like really, really super immature, and to like think that I would try to like, it's almost like not practicing what you preach in a sense. And sometimes we can approach people and be like, well, you need to be a good person and you need to be nicer to people. But like, really, when you think about it, it's like, but are you being a good person and are you nice to people? Probably not. Like the way that you're approaching the situation also seems a little bit off. So nobody's going to take you seriously if you don't hold yourself to your own personal standards that you hold other people to. It's just irrational, and it doesn't make any sense. And it almost seems a little bit narcissistic, to be quite honest with you, because if you're holding all of these people in your life to this high standard of being good people and doing good things, and then you yourself are sitting there picking apart every other person and bashing everybody else and whatever it is, then how is anybody supposed to take you seriously? And truthfully, I find that the best way to change something is to lead by example. And so if you're going to be that example, that's what's going to really influence people. It's not you just sitting there and talking and picking out other people's flaws and doing all that kind of stuff. If you really want to change something, lead by example. Be that person. Be the person that you claim you want that other person to be. Now, the last thing is to promote what you love instead of bashing what you hate. I see this constantly on social media. I mean, like, every time I open up Facebook, and I mean, Facebook is like the worst of them all. Every time I open up Facebook, all I see is like this negative bashing, whether it's about race or like, I don't know, the Kardashians. Like, literally people are just constantly like harking on everything, and it's like, just chill out. If you don't want to feed into that issue, promote the opposite of what the issue is. Don't hark on the issue. So for example, with myself, I find that when you start to talk about the thing that you love, or the positive side of thing, that's actually what you're going to spark the conversation about. Naturally, if I post a positive post, which by the way I did on Facebook the other day, there was a day this week where everyone was just kind of like going off on Facebook, and everyone was like arguing with each other and whatever. And so I posted on Facebook and I was like, here's the positive Facebook post of the day. I want everyone to comment something underneath, whether it's a picture of something or you tell me that something cool happened. I don't care if you baked good cookies or you got a new job or you're in a happy relationship, like whatever it is, post something really cool that happened to you or something that you're really just happy about or whatever underneath the comments. And I got a lot of feedback from it, and a lot of people commented, and I was just like, this is great, because it's so funny, because all of these people who were currently just arguing with each other are now getting along with each other because we just completely changed the conversation. So really, it's about the topics that you bring up. So if you really want to promote love and peace, talk about love and peace. If you want to promote unity, talk about unity. Don't talk about division or standing up for this side or standing up just for that side, whatever. Talk about people in general, you know? And I feel like same thing goes for politics. We're having an election come up soon, you know? There are people I see like bashing the GOP or bashing the Democrats, and it's just like, if you're all about unity, which we all claim to be about, then why are we acting so divided? Why are we acting like we have no control over this and like just one side is right and the other side is completely wrong? Like, no, there's something in life called balance, and you don't need to be such an extremist to the point where it's like you think that you're solely right or this person is completely wrong. Like, maybe there's a balance. Maybe you're right with some things, maybe they're right with some things, you know? Like, you have to meet in the middle sometimes. And truthfully, if you know that you're right and solely right, then if you try to comprehend what they're saying, they're gonna start leaning towards you a little bit more and have a more of an open mind. So essentially, you just have to be the bigger person. So that's all I have to say. I hope this helped. I don't know if like it was a little bit, again, scatterbrained like most of my videos are. I hope it helped though. I hope that you can kind of see where I'm coming from, and I hope that you guys actually share this video. Like, please share it on Facebook and Twitter. I would really, really appreciate that, or Google Plus if you guys have that. I really appreciate you guys to share this video, because I feel like this is kind of a big issue going on, is that everyone is super offended by everyone else. But yeah, so I hope you guys like this. I hope I got my message across. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, and just click right here if you guys want to watch my Finding Your Calling and Purpose video. It'll be linked right here. And don't forget to hit subscribe if you guys want to see more videos like this. So yeah, again, I hope that this came across the right way. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.